Welcome to the Yellow Jacket Highlight Playoff Review. Randy Young here along with Jamie Maters, the radio crew, or at least part of the radio crew for Thomas County Central High School. We appreciate you guys joining us for what will be our last edition as we wrap up the season. Thomas County Central loses in the quarterfinals of the state 6A playoffs 42-34 to a really good Roswell team. Jamie, both of these teams very evenly matched. I mean, it really could have gone either way.
Yeah, man, it was just God, it was tough. We had a great first half, and they kind of flipped the roles on us a little bit, and they had a better second half than we did. Really a better third quarter than we did. But, man, it was just a tough night, and when you get to this part of the season, all the teams are good, and you can't make mistakes, and you just kind of got to go with it, and it ends, and what a great season we had.
And what Jamie's talking about, we have a 24-6 halftime lead, and you're feeling really good about things, but then a couple of really big mistakes in that second half kind of reinvigorated Roswell, I think, and re-energized them and got them back into the ball game. And this is a playoff-tested team. They made it to the quarterfinals in Class 7A last year, so they've been there and done that. And I think, again, maybe that lack of experience in the playoffs for our guys might have been a factor. But no question about it, Roswell deserved to win the football game. They took control of it in the second half, and we just never could get control back from them. So what we're going to do is take ourselves a quick break. We'll come back, and we will take a look at those game highlights, and we'll do that when we get back here. Stay tuned.
Damage to underground utility lines is a problem in the United States, and unsafe digging practices is a major cause. Unsafe digging can compromise community safety and disconnect people from critical services. Contractors, homeowners, and other utility owners need to be safe. Here's a few things to remember. Call 811 before digging. Wait the required time. Respect the marks and flags. Dig with care. If damage occurs, call your local utility provider and then make the call to 811.
Welcome back to the Yellow Jacket Playoff Highlight Review. Randy Young here along with Jamie Maters as we're going to get into the game highlights. It was a great night at the Jackets Nest. A good crowd came down with the Roswell team. Of course, all of them on those big old charter buses heading down. And the Yellow Jacket Nation, of course, showed up. Huge crowd at the Jackets Nest. The field, again, looked magnificent. Tip of the cap to Ronnie Stevens and all the maintenance crew for Thomas County Central for doing a good job. It was nice to be at home, no doubt. And I think we felt like we had an advantage going in because this is one of the few times that Roswell has played on grass in the last couple of years.
Absolutely.
So we start the game off, they get the ball, and you will see that right there the crowd has a little bit of an influence on the penalty. The crowd was rocking right there, and I think the nerves may have gotten to Roswell a little bit. But our team, very much in control of this thing, at least initially. But what you will notice is the athletes that they have. Their line of scrimmage, Roswell's not massive by any means, but very athletic. But their receivers, their running back, and their quarterback, very, very good.
And to start the night off, their quarterback was just a little off. He was throwing a lot of behind the receivers and stuff, and a lot of that had to do with we had some pressure early. We force a kick there, and we get the ball in really good shape.
Yeah, so we get down inside their 40-yard line, and this is a play to keep in mind. Great pass, hits us right in the hands down at the 7-yard line, and Tyler can't hold on to it. So 7 points there, literally, that you left on the field, and that's your first possession. And that happens a couple of more times here through the course of the night, too.
Yeah.
Great kick from Hayden Morales that made it into the end zone, so they get a touchback, and now they come out and get the ball. And again, our defense just all over the place. Zeke Bogan there, junior that'll be coming back, Caleb Anderson and Des Jones, two of the senior linebackers that'll be graduating. Second down here, quarterback tries a draw play and just nothing there. Cam Brooks and Jeremiah Walker actually there on the tackle.
Muscle man.
Yep, Jeremiah senior as well. So a 3rd down and 9 play here for them. And you see all that pressure, and that creates another opportunity there. Should have been intercepted.
And we get a big hit on the quarterback there.
Yep. And now look at this play. Ball bounces around his head, and 4 guys around him, and the ball gets kicked out, and he gets a good kick.
I think we had a punt safe on there, and if we're going after it, there's no doubt we end up with that one, but we didn't know it was going to land on his head.
Ricky Fulton running hard between center and left guard. So you're looking at 2 or 3 opportunities there already that we have not been able to kind of cash in on or take advantage of.
And early in the year, we were getting all those.
Here's Malachi, and again, Malachi had a great year at the tight end position, and he will be back next year, a great weapon for us.
Absolutely.
So down at the 10-yard line, third down here, a little drag pass to Trey Brenton. Again, Trey will be back. Fantastic year for him. We'll talk about that later. But they stop us, and we have to get a field goal. So again, you leave points on the field. But we do get the 3.
Campbell Smith, great. He kicked good again all night.
Yep.
Made 2 field goals. So
Big kickoff from Hayden Morales, this time down to about the 1. And they decide to run it out, and we have great coverage. D. Reddick, one of the first ones down there. Adam Hopkins down there as well at about the 15-yard line. So Roswell again lines up, and with just so much penetration into the backfield, just disrupting everything they were trying to do. One of the things that may have come into play, and there's another one, another intercepted ball that just, we had it in our hands and just couldn't hold on to it.
Yep.
So you start adding all that up, and I realized that we had the 24-6 lead at the half, but it could have been 24-0 easy at the end of the first quarter.
Yep. We had several opportunities. We didn't cash in on a lot of them.
Yep.
But
And those matter. I mean, just as much as the plays at the end of the game. Nice little play here for Adam Hopkins, who just uses his
I thought he got in, but
elusiveness.
We'll have to snap it again, I believe. But
Yeah, we go to that wild jacket formation where you've got Fulton and Brenton in the backfield, and they snap it to Fulton, and he pretty well just walks in here.
so far so good. It's going good now.
But those missed opportunities come back to haunt you, because if you had been able to get even one touchdown out of any of those possessions that you just had,
Yep.
that you, again, didn't take advantage of, different ball game in the second half. Here's Roswell again, second down, 5 or so, try a little draw play. Nakai Davenport, the young man that's running the ball right there, came into this ball game with about 1,500 yards. Really, really good running back. They ended up with less than 80 yards total at the half. We had right at 300 yards at the half.
Yeah.
But in the second half, that script got flipped. There was a big sack there, and they try again now on a second down play, and look, again, just blowing the play up. That time, it was Zeke Bogan and Cam Brooks. Both of those guys will be back next year. Fantastic play here to Hopkins. Gets down inside their 40-yard line. And that was a third down play as well.
Yep.
Second down now to about their 33. Run a little sweep play over there to Fulton, who gets outside, breaks the tackle, and then gets a first down. Both of the running backs did a great job of breaking those first tackles all year long.
Yep.
Now this time Sam keeps it. Sam Brown, the senior quarterback, who,
And does his version of a slide.
if you want to call it that.
He does not like to slide. He's a tough knot.
And again, he decides to run it again here.
Superman.
Tries to do the Superman jump, and this time comes up a little bit short down to the 1. But again, we go to that wild jacket formation.
And boom.
Yep, Fulton again basically just walks in. So I believe at this point, it's 17-0.
I'm feeling pretty good.
And yeah, we have everything going our way. Roswell, first down, about their 25 or so. Now this is one of the plays that you just have to keep, admire the heart of the young man here. That's Davenport again, the running back, and 2 or 3 guys had him, and he just never stopped. And D. Reddick had to pull him down at our 41.
And that kind of sparked them here on this drive.
Yep.
This is their first drive that they actually get points.
And they bring in number 26. I cannot remember his name, but he's a little scat back, lightning in
tough.
the bottle now. Very, very quick. And the change of pace between the two of them, I think, was a little bit difficult for us to figure out. He'll get down to about the 14 or so here, but they come right down the
That
field.
play right there is where D got a little chink in his back.
Yep.
And D didn't play the same the rest of the night.
Yep.
But he delivers a big hit on the back, but
Pays for it
he
himself.
pays for it himself. I'll tell you, D. Reddick plays with everything he's got.
Yep.
And
Here's Davenport again, carrying one of our guys into about the 5. But that injury, along with Quincy Clark, who's a senior defensive back, who got hurt in the third quarter, that became a big issue.
And talking to Coach Rogers, you know, at the meeting, I think they bobbled a snap here.
Yep.
So, but anyway,
17
talking
to
to
6.
Coach Rogers, you know, at the meeting Monday night, he said that, you know, when Quincy got hurt, it's kind of like the quarterback for the defense. So that one.
Now, this was an interesting call here. The official said that he hit his knee when he caught the ball, although he didn't. We would have had the ball down inside their 50, but as it is, they move it back inside our 30.
Yep.
But this is,
Big play.
yeah, my gosh. He turns the safety for,
And number 2 is a good player now. He can play.
well, 10 was the one that was looking up at our stands trying to find Tyler. He turned him every which way but loose there. But Tyler Floyd, another record setter this year. And again, at this point, it's 24-6, and you're feeling real good about things. They get the ball back, try a little jet sweep with Davenport, and just nothing there. That's Cam Brooks again, who will be a sophomore next year.
Yep. Cam Brooks again here.
Yeah, first down from deep in their territory.
And I think
And that's the end of the half. 24-6. Again, Jamie feeling real good about it.
I feel real good about it. Just want to continue to maintain that eye of the tiger.
Well, here's one of the, at least in my mind, key points in the ball game right here on this first possession. If we were able to get points here, I think the game is over. Roswell, you can see with their body language, the guys along the sidelines, they had pretty well hoisted the white flag, I think. But on a third down play, we try to hit a quick out over to Hopkins, and the ball is just thrown a little bit behind him. And that interception, you can see their sidelines kind of get re-energized and reinvigorated.
Yep.
Now, we hold them four and out. This is a fourth down play after the interception. And again, thrown back behind the receiver. So the defense does their job.
So the quick change really didn't hurt us there, but I don't think we did anything with it either.
Well, we went 3 and out, we punted, and here's their first play from scrimmage.
Yep. And
Got it back behind us.
17 can go now, so
Yep.
there wasn't nobody going to catch him.
And here's the other key point. Well, actually, this is a key point for
This
us.
is the-
TJ Sanders with a nice kickoff return here that gets it down inside their 20. And the kicker is the guy who actually forces him out of bounds. I thought TJ was going to run by him. Pushed him out at about the 14.
Took out the official.
We go right down and score here, though.
And at this point now, I feel real good when we come down and answer the score.
Yeah, because
know,
you're kind of thinking, okay, momentum, they may have grabbed a little bit of it, but you're thinking, okay, now we grabbed it back.
That's a great run there.
Yep. Wait for the blocking to set up for him. It's
Trey
supposed
will
to go to the right.
Trey will be back.
Yep. A lot of those linemen will be back.
Great cut. He made a great cut. Good vision.
And again, Campbell Smith, nice job with the extra point. And it's 31-13, so we do answer. But here's where the wheels kind of fall off.
Well,
To their credit, they put together a really nice drive. And here's what he did all night long in the second half. We get pressure and a little safety valve, somebody he gets the ball to.
Yep.
Happened over and over and over and over again.
yep.
Same thing here, but this time he goes long and we miss.
Judge.
Time it.
Yep. We had a guy there to make the play. TJ jumps up. It's a 50-50 ball. That's what they call it in college. It's a 50-50. Their guy actually came down with it. We had made most of those plays.
And here's part number 2. So now it's 31-20, and just a big play for them. Picks it up off the bounce and runs it down to about the 5-yard line.
And usually when you see that ball pop straight up, it's a helmet on the football, and a lot of times you can't do nothing about it.
Yep. And they go right in and score. So literally a 21-7 swing in the span of about 2 minutes.
And you can sense a little panic.
Yep.
So
Well, they had grabbed momentum at that point. Momentum was entirely
we're
theirs.
needing to get a first down right here. Our defense is getting tired. We've been on the field just about the whole third quarter.
And you can kind of feel the tension. Again, when you're hitting Adam Hopkins in the hands with passes and he's not able to pull them in, that means there's some pressure there somewhere. And
again,
there's the play again. Same thing. Pressure in the backfield.
Just making plays.
Yep.
Just making the plays.
Yep.
And, you know, our depth on the defensive side of the ball you know,
Started to take a toll.
we just got tired, and they had these long drives, and I think that's when Quincy got hurt. I mean, you got.
Yep, and another great pass, another
Good
great
play.
catch, good coverage.
Yep.
Who just made the play.
Had somebody there to make the play, just didn't make the play.
So they get the ball back. Now we're in the fourth quarter. And there you go. Again, the middle of the field, they found something soft in there after we had those couple of injuries.
Yep.
That created a situation where we just weren't able to get to it the way we were. Same thing right here.
Now we still.
We fought back.
We battled hard. We didn't ever quit.
Well, we come down the
we
field
were-
here in a little bit and get a field goal to cut it to 8, but they're still, again, owning the football, and we cannot get them off the field.
Yeah, their first down, first down, they were getting 7 to 8 yards, and it just puts your defense in a really, really bad situation when we love to be in those downs.
Second and goal there, and they bring in the little scat back again who finds an opening in the middle of the field and just goes right in. And you can see our guys, again, the frustration here. Now, here's the little drive that we put together. Well, another one.
I feel there if we catch that, Adam probably takes that to the house.
Yep. And momentum may swing.
And momentum's, we answer, and we wasn't able to do that.
Now, this time,
But doing a great job. Sam's doing a great job of staying in the pocket. They
Yep.
got a little bit more pressure on us in the second half, so
Yep.
Sam wasn't able to see everything as quick as he would like to, but
And
still
Hopkins
doing
is-
a great job.
yeah, this time down to their 20, pulled that one in.
Hopkins makes a great catch because the ball was a little short. He
Mm-hmm.
comes back and gets the ball. It's a great job.
Nice 35-yard field goal from Campbell Smith with 2:46 on the clock, and that cuts it to 42-34.
And
But
I still feel good.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can get them to a 3 and out, or if we can
get the onside
if
kick.
we can get the onside kick, that's even better.
But as it is, they get the ball back and pretty well controlled it at
Yeah,
that
they
point.
pretty much ice it.
And we were not able to get the ball back from them.
Oh,
and
it's
you
just-
just have to tip your cap to Roswell.
Yeah.
They could have panicked. They could have hoisted the white flag very easily when it was 24-6 or 31-13. But they win it.
Yep.
We'll take ourselves a break, and we'll be right back and talk about this fantastic season for Thomas County Central after these messages. Stay tuned.
CNS Next is connected to our community. We provide communication services that connect friends and family. We're connecting with our neighbors through support of local causes and events, connecting our students and schools to a world of learning resources, and connecting you to the latest technology with local customer service. Learn more about our community connections, fast internet, and Next Connect Wi-Fi. Call or click cnsnext.com today.
Back to the Yellow Jacket highlight review for the playoffs. Randy Young here with Jamie Maters. Jamie, again, the game did not end the way we wanted it to or would have liked to, but as you and I said, walking out of the stadium, if somebody had walked up to either one of us in August and said, tell you what, make you a deal. How about you're going to defeat Cairo, Thomasville, and Bainbridge by a combined 116-21?
Get the big 3.
Yep. You'll swing the rivalries back to your favor.
Yep.
You're going to run the table and go 10-0 in the regular season, win the region championship, and lose by a touchdown at home in the third round of the playoffs. We probably all would have said, okay, where do we sign up for that?
Absolutely.
And can we get it notarized?
Yeah, I'd definitely sign up for that. Man, what a great buy-in from our team. Our coaching staff, what an effort they had.
Yeah.
Man, I hadn't seen it in a long time come together like that. And God, the determination and the grit that our kids showed throughout the season. In the Lee County game, the Northside game, and the Houston game, we had to battle back from behind.
Yep.
And those guys continued to battle in games that you wasn't given no really chance to win any of those.
Yep.
And just played our butts off. And man, like I told you Friday after the game, I kept trying to find a reason just to be kicking myself when I was walking out of the stadium, but I just could not.
Hard to feel negative.
Yeah, I couldn't be negative. It was so positive, and
Yeah.
and to see the fans buy in,
Yep.
and the
community.
kids buy in,
Yep.
the coaches' wives buy in, the things that they do behind the scenes to help the team.
Yep.
It's just, we got something special. It's coming back, and
It is back.
it is back. But we got something to really be thankful for.
Yeah.
And it's just, man, I'm so excited about where we're headed.
Yeah.
And I think Coach Rogers is too. Talking to him Monday night at the Boosters meeting, he is extremely excited.
Well, I go back to the first interview that I was able to do with him when he was named as the head coach. He made it very clear that in his mind, his goal was not to rebuild, it was to return the Yellow Jacket program back to a place where people looked at us and went, okay, you're going to have a game on your hands if you run into that bunch.
Yep.
And immediately, Coach Rogers has come in here with this incredible staff that he's able to put together. In my mind, from top to bottom, the best coaching staff we've had since the 2000s, easy,
Yep.
if not the 1990s.
Absolutely.
And they have done a job to get the kids to fall under their tutelage.
Absolutely.
And never even blink and just do what they've been asked to do.
Yep. And he told the seniors when they had the meeting, when they met Monday morning, he told them, he said, I told you we was going to return this thing. He said, y'all have done that.
Yeah.
Y'all have done that. Now we got to sustain it.
Yep.
And we're going to go to work and sustain it.
Well, in fact, let's talk about some of the numbers for this season. A remarkable, almost storybook. Well, I mean, is a storybook season for Thomas County Central. You got to remember now, this is a team that we're talking about that had not won a playoff game since 2016 and had not had a record better than 5-5 in any of those seasons.
Yep.
So the turnaround is historic. First undefeated regular season since 2007. Again, defeated Cairo, Thomasville, and Bainbridge combined 116-21. Never anything like that in our past. 12-1 overall record. Again, 10-0 in the regular season. 5-0 in region games. The Region 1-6A champions, which by itself is an incredible accomplishment because arguably Region 1-6A may be the toughest region of football in the entire state regarding football. And to know that you went through that gauntlet of Northside, Warner Robins, and Houston with the best quarterback in the state, and then Lee County, which is respected as probably the top program in Class 6A, and go up there and be able to win those games and win the region championship, unbelievable.
Yep.
Defense average giving up a little less than 15 points per game. The offense averaged right at 40 points per game. That may be historic. I think we were talking about before we started taping. If you look at the margin of victory, the only team that I can think of that may even come close might be 1972. Now that team only had given up 24 points through 11 football games as far as their defense is concerned. But offensively, I don't think that we've had anything that could touch 40 points a game averaging. Maybe 2007, we'd have to check it. But on both sides of the ball, again, historic. Yep. Javion Revels, quite likely going to be the defensive player of the year in this region, I think. I don't know of anybody else that had more of an impact than he did, and you may have a lot of guys making all-region teams, I would think.
Yep.
Sam Brown, the senior quarterback, resets the Central passing mark with 2,695 passing yards for the season. Broke Charlie Ward's season passing record by almost 1,000 yards.
Yep.
And Charlie had 14 games to do it in.
Yep.
So that's pretty impressive. Tyler Floyd breaks the all-time single-season receiving record that was set back in 1977 by Horace Smith. Tyler ended up with 1,001, or actually 1,101 receiving yards.
Now they're setting the bar on up there too.
I was going to say, now this is getting pretty sporty. And then you look at Adam Hopkins. Adam's a senior wide receiver who played half the season hurt. He ended up with right at 700 total yards by himself. So he was kind of sniffing breaking the record by himself, even though he missed about half the games.
That's right.
And then you had Ricky Fulton, who comes back to the county and gets 1,066 yards. And Trey Brenton, the junior, ends up with 1,125. Both of those guys, it's the first time that we've had two running backs with 1,000 yards since that 2016 team where you had Tyrese Cloud and I'm trying to remember who all else. There were 3 or 4 guys that were in the mix. Calais, of course, he was a quarterback.
Absolutely.
But you start adding all that up, that is this historic output on the offensive side of the ball. And on the same thing on the defensive side, Jamie, just a magnificent season.
Yeah,
That's the only way to put it.
I would love to see the stats on the sack leaders for our team.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm not sure how many Cam had,
Yep.
but
Him
surely
and
we've
Javion.
never. I don't think we've ever had a defensive lineman
Yep.
or defensive end have as big an impact as a freshman.
Yeah, oh, no doubt.
That I don't think we've ever had anybody like that.
Well, we've never had a freshman get offered a scholarship to a place like University of Tennessee. I know that. I've said I think Cam will end up being probably the most heavily recruited player we've ever had before it's over with.
And I ain't trying to take anything away from the Austin Bryants and
Ray Drews and all those guys, yeah.
I mean, we've had some good ones.
Yep.
But I don't think they made that impact as a freshman.
And he's got the academics to go with it, too.
Yeah, that's pretty special.
It is. But Jamie, just a special year. That's the best way to put it. And let me say this right now. Thanks to Coach Justin Rogers.
Absolutely.
Comes in here in kind of a weird situation, leaving Colquitt County, which he knew had a championship caliber team, but wanted to get somewhere where he felt like he had complete ownership of what was going on and that everybody's oars were rowing in the same direction, and comes in here and, again, revives it and returns it. First year.
Absolutely. I was excited the first time I ever met him. When we went to the meet and greet,
Yep.
I said, I got to go check this fella out. And I was excited, and he took a bunch of questions, and he didn't back away from none of them.
Yep.
And he had a pretty close answer to what people wanted to hear. And for me, it took the going to Perry.
Yep.
When we went to Perry,
Back in the spring.
about in the spring game, on the way home, I called my brother-in-law, Bill Carson, and I said, hey, man, there's definitely something different.
Yeah.
There is something different.
Yeah.
And from then on, it's been crazy. But,
Well-
but the whole staff's just done a great job. Those guys work extremely hard. I've been up there at 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and they're all in there working. I mean, and Justin, I'd go to stick my head in there and say, hey, coaches, and Justin, hey, they working.
That's a good thing.
I'm going to tell you, man, those guys work extremely hard, and my hat's off to their wives for
Long
letting
year.
them do what they do, and I'm sure they're enjoying seeing their family again.
Well, 12-1 season, region champions, and the Yellow Jacket football program back where it belongs, on top. And we appreciate all of you fans coming out and supporting the team and also checking in with us every week. We hope that we'll be able to come back with more of this in the 2023 season, which again, the future's bright. A lot coming back off of this team and looking forward to it.
Oh man, I'm excited. Can't wait till spring ball. I got, my little boy will be a 9th grader.
Yeah.
So it'll be a little different for me on the sidelines.
Yeah. Only 260 days till kickoff. Not that anybody's counting.
I mean, that's pretty fast. That goes by faster than you think. So.
Y'all have a great holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you, and go Jackets.